Alright, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the Big Rig. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. Alright, man. Let's get at it with a scary trucker story. Let's handle.
As a female trucker, I have to take extra precautions on the road.
Oh, female trucker, huh?
If I let my guard down for even a few seconds, I could end up seriously hurt. And I don't say this hypothetically. Once while I was stopped at a rest area, doing some routine checks on my vehicle, I thought I caught a glimpse of a shady-looking man wandering around the truck parking lot. I didn't think much of it because I was getting ready to leave very shortly.
Okay. These rest areas, man, you do get some odd characters, alright? You do get some odd characters, man. I saw a clown come out of a restroom at a rest area one time. He didn't do anything. He didn't look at me weird. I was just walking into the restroom at a rest area. It was probably like, I don't know, it was real early in the morning. It was dark. And he just came walking out. It freaked me the hell out. But not only that, man, you do got some weird, odd characters at rest areas. So
After I made sure everything was good to go, I hopped into my cab and locked the doors, thinking I was safe. It took a minute or two to look through my phone and queue up a podcast before getting on the road, and then I was off. Everything was business as usual for the next few hours. Then I was ready for a fill-up. I rolled into the station and started pumping the diesel into my driver's side tank, still completely unaware that anything was amiss. Then, while I was on the other side, filling up my passenger side tank, I thought I heard the sound of my door opening and closing.
oh, damn.
I stopped fueling and checked around, even peeking my head inside to see if anyone was in there. I didn't see anything. I shrugged it off and told myself I better be more diligent about locking my doors, even when I step out just to fill up. Then I went back to my business. After filling up, I went inside the store for a bite to eat and to use their bathroom for a number 2, and I got back on the road. Everything was fine until a few miles down the highway. I felt a cold, sharp blade press against my throat and a dirty hand put my neck in a vice grip.
Damn.
My heart sank to the floor, and suddenly I couldn't see anything but what was straight ahead. And a man's voice spoke to me. "Turn off your radio and pull over," he whispered in my ear. For the moment, until I could figure out what I could possibly do, I did as he said. I couldn't call for help from my radio, and I couldn't reach for my phone in my pocket, and it wouldn't do any good to start swerving. There was something in the cab that would help me, but I had to figure out a way to get it. And I tried to think while I pulled off onto the shoulder and I put on my hazards that I was having mechanical issues. Once I parked, the man grabbed my face and forced me to look at him. That's when I realized he was the sketchy guy I saw at the last rest area. He was even grosser up close, but he was also clearly hell-bent on getting to me. He must have climbed under my cab and held on for over 200 miles. Then snuck...
Well, he must have gotten on the truck some way, somehow, and then waited for you to stop, and then made his way into the truck. Man, dog, I'll tell you, Holmes, you know, you get to, you stop to put diesel or rest area or anything like that, it's probably a good idea to look around your truck, especially inside your truck if you left your doors open, you know, especially if you got a big sleeper and all. Yeah, man.
inside and hid while I was at the pump. Now that he thought he was finally going to get what he wanted, he ordered me to do as he commanded. Climb into the bunk with me and don't try anything. I need you to be alive. You just need to be warm, he said with a sickening grin. It made shivers go through my whole body and I almost threw up in his face, but I didn't. He grabbed my arm with his free hand and kept the knife close to my throat as he started to drag me up to the bunk. I knew there was a step getting into it, so while I was still a foot lower than him, I made my move. I grabbed his hand with the knife and I wrenched it away to keep him from cutting me as I plunged a foot into his groin. then yanked him by the arm to throw him over my head. At the last moment, I turned to the side and kicked him away, sending him reeling into the driver's seat floorboard while I landed in the passenger seat. Before he could get up, I opened my glove box and grabbed my 9mm, which was loaded and ready to go the second I switched off the safety.
Órale, she's strapped.
I know it's
Right.
illegal, but it's the only thing that saved me this night. I pointed it right at him and I told him to get the hell out of my truck. He refused to drop the knife, but he put his hands up and started to climb out the door. I followed him to close the door behind him, but as I was pulling it shut, he turned around and grabbed it at the last second.
Son of a gun.
I fell back into the seat, dropping the 9mm on the floorboard because I instinctively went to hold the door with both hands. We were locked in a tug of war, which I knew he might just win. That's when an interesting idea occurred to me. I let go completely and kicked the door open, then lost his grip and flew back toward the road, but he never hit the ground. A car was speeding by at that exact moment, and the attacker crashed right into the innocent bystander's windshield. It all flashed before my eyes in a split second, and I got up to watch as the car careened off the road and thankfully came to a stop without any other collisions. The attacker was mincemeat on impact, and the driver of the vehicle, a 20-something guy, was really shaken up. He's probably pretty traumatized, come to think of it, but when I told him that he hit a scumbag and not a regular trucker, he seemed to be okay with it. Unfortunately, I lost my whole job over this crap, and I ended up unemployed through all of the lockdown. I'm still trying to find another company to get a new transportation contract, but it's been difficult with my record. My family says I should get a job that's not trucking, something safer, but I don't think I want to let this ruin my career for me. I've been a trucker for 15 years, and I've only had this one slip up. And it didn't even have to do with trucking. It was just because some creep thought I was vulnerable.
Wow, man. Damn. Yeah, so she went to a rest stop. Some dude just either went under the truck or hitched a ride some way somehow, and then when she stops to put diesel, he gets into the truck. Yeah, man. You know, it is a pretty good thing to, you know, especially if you leave your truck unlocked while you're putting diesel or whatever, just to kind of take a look around the sleeper berth area and all that stuff, man. But damn crazy. You know, I don't know why she just didn't pull the trigger instead of telling them to get out. You know, just blast them, man. But I mean, I don't know where she's at, man. There could be a lot of legal issues and stuff like that. It sucks, dog. It sucks because she's over there trying to protect herself and defend herself from this dude. And it's like she tells him to get out of the truck. If he gets out of the truck, she reports it. They don't catch this guy. This guy's gonna do it to somebody else. So, you know, by the same time, if she were to pull the trigger, she could end up in a lot of legal issues. Dang it, dog. I'm not gonna get all into it, man. We'll end it right there. As always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you capable. Loyalty makes you family. Until next time, this is Ed the Total Trucker. Over and out.